Hello. Welcome to Girls Empowerment Talk. It's another beautiful week. What have you been doing with yourself? Thank God we are here. Thank God we are healed, we are hearty. And for those who are still being knocked down by the effect of COVID-19, we just send in our love and warmth and prayers of healing to them in every way. So, you know how we do it every week on this show, but this week is completely different. Like I announced, we are also celebrating the young African child around the world. It's the International Day of African Child. That is today, the 16th of June, 2020. A lot of people were asking questions about this day, and I had to take them back in history. That's why I created that very short clip. I couldn't do much because I don't want to incite anything. I don't want it to appear like we're trying to incite anything. But it was in Soweto, 1976. Myself, I was just 6 years. But we heard from the elders, the people who are our grown ups, and we could watch the news. We knew exactly what happened on that day. It wasn't that day, it started before that day. But that day, something happened. A photographer took a picture, and this picture is the one you have just seen. Let me see if I can project it again. That picture is the one you have just seen. That picture and many actions changed the history of South Africa. That picture and many actions brought about the end of apartheid around the world. I'm trying to project it. Okay. I can't project it now. Maybe later I'll show it again. I showed it earlier. I'm going to show it again in the course of this action. Tonight, as we are celebrating the Day of African Child, they've called it International Day of African Child. It has been agreed by Organization of African Unity. Well, we call it OAU in those days. It became AU. It has been agreed that every year at this time, on this day, we will be celebrating the African child just to commemorate that day and to put some changes in place for the African children. So we are celebrating that on this show tonight. And that reflects in the guest that we are bringing on the show. A young person is coming on board. She is coming to tell us how she's coping with the lockdown. Macy is a gymnast. I said she's a fitness coach because I was watching her videos on YouTube and I couldn't believe myself that a young child is actually doing this while I sit down and I just eat and eat and eat and I'm growing fatter and fatter every day. So I'm going to start using her, her workouts videos on YouTube. I will tell you more about that details in a bit. This evening, we are talking young people, and we're also reminding you that Girls Empowerment Initiative is a program that's been put together by Girls Empowerment Talk. That's the program, has been put together by Girls Empowerment Initiative. Now, if you go on the website, girlsempowermentinitiative.co.uk, you'll find loads of information and all the beautiful works that this charity organization have been doing, not just in the United Kingdom, but even around other parts of the world, the impact they have made. Sometimes you are creating, you're making a change, but you don't know the ripple effect of that change. The ripple effect of the struggle that Moshari Princess Betty McConey started some years back is what we're seeing around the world. Young girls who have now become women who are independent and who are financially free to make choices for their own lives. And so she is doing the same here with amazing teams around the world. My guest is around while I'm battling. My guest is around. I'm going to bring her on just to let you know that Macy and her mom, Sarah, are featuring on the program tonight. So Macy will be discussing about how young people are coping with lockdown and more. But we'll be talking more about how she is coping since she's a young person herself, how she has been coping with the effects of lockdown, especially as a gymnast, someone who would like to go in the studio and exercise, and show off. I used to say they show off because when they start bending and rolling, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I was doing this when I was young, but I dare not try it. Okay, so let me bring Messi in now. I can sense her around somewhere. Let me try and bring her in. Beautiful face. Okay, we are now. Oh, hello, Macy. um, I'm just gonna bring the two of us. Okay. While I'm fidgeting with this, sometimes we have that problem.
Don't we live?
What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to bring the two of us, but I'm struggling with that. The system is not allowing me.
Are we live right now? Oh.
Bear with me, everybody. Sometimes these things they are just the way they are. It's not going to allow me to bring the two of us, but I am trying. I don't know why. Okay, we are getting there. Okay, we are there. This is my beautiful guest, ladies and gentlemen, Macy. Hello.
Hello.
How have you been?
I've been good, thanks.
Yeah, I know your mom is just somewhere around the corner. Hi, Sarah. I hope you're.
Hiya.
Yeah. How are you? You're welcome on board. I just want to thank you, Macy, for accepting to be our guest tonight.
You're welcome.
Okay. Can I hear you a bit louder?
Yes.
Good girl. So, how have you been?
I've been good, thanks.
Right. You're welcome. Now, this season that we are in has some effects on people differently. And I know for you as a gymnast, by the way, Messi is a gymnast. And you know what? I looked at your video on YouTube and I said, you are not a gymnast. You're not just a gymnast. You are a fitness coach as well. You should be signing us on. Because I mean, for grown-ups, most of us, I'm speaking about myself now, we've just been sitting home and eating and not moving as much, but I can
Yeah.
see you've been doing so much. Okay, so I've got quite a few questions just to run through with you, to know more about you. um how have you been, again, in terms of you as a gymnast and the fact that you have not been able to go out like you would normally go in the studio to practice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how have you been coping?
So obviously because like we can't go out, it's been like quite boring because normally like just being off school you'd go to places. So yeah, it's been a bit like tough and not being able to meet up with friends and not being able to go to gym obviously. So
No.
yeah, it's been a bit weird.
And then how are you connecting with friends?
So I've I've got a phone and then like we text each other and we can play games as well like online when we can still talk to each other on the game. So I do that sort of stuff.
Okay. Okay. At the beginning, because I have a little one who is about 11 as well. At the beginning, I know you will find, all of these very interesting. Like, oh, I don't have to wake up early tomorrow. I don't have to go to school. Maybe the first week it was really exciting, but
Yeah.
but as the reality dawned on you that you know what, we're not going out quick. How did you
Yeah.
take that? How did that affect you?
Well, at first obviously like I was happy that we didn't go to school, but now like I don't know. I just kind of got used to the fact that obviously things won't be opening for a while. So I've tried to like occupy myself by trying to
Okay.
do gymnastics at home and stuff.
I see. This is just a quick question that is out of the way a bit, but I know it's something that all the kids will, we love to know. So, what's your routine like now that you don't have to wake up early and go to school at a certain time? It's like you have a little freedom. So, what's your
Yeah.
routine like?
Well, most days I try to wake up early,
Okay.
even though sometimes I don't. But I kind of like try and do as much like physical stuff as I can because obviously we can't really go out, and I don't want to like
Yeah.
lose my skills for gymnastics as well.
Okay. So it sounds like a repetition of the question, but it's not really. Like, as a gymnast, so what do you do to keep up, to keep yourself active?
Well, my gym, we do Zoom classes online when we do
Okay.
conditioning, like strength stuff and stretching, and then we
Okay.
also do one-to-one sessions when we do gymnastics, like just us and our coach.
Okay. If you're just joining us, this is Girls Empowerment Talk. We've put this together just to support people in the communities, especially as we struggle with the effects of lockdown, COVID-19 and everything. And my beautiful guest today is Macy. And it's more important to give this young person, this platform today, because it's the Day of African Child as well. And when we talk about the Day of African Child, it's not just for the African child. It's actually to celebrate every child and to remember that some children somewhere are going through something, and to celebrate all the children together, and to remind government of every nation of the world that kids are important as well. So as we plan, we remember them in everything we're doing. So Macy is in the house. She's a gymnast. And because I've been to her YouTube page, YouTube channel, I've seen what she's doing. I added she's the YouTuber as well. You can't be a YouTuber more than that. She is, she's she's an agent of change herself, as young as she is. So we're just trying to ginger things up a bit and get in the mood. She will be performing. Am I right? You will be performing for us
Yeah.
later. She will be performing, and you will see why I am really, really passionate about this young girl, and why I am celebrating the effort she's making, especially at this time. Now, before you do the performance, I know you were supposed to do the performance around this time, but before you do the performance, I want to find out from you, Macy, how did you discover this talent? Should we call it talent?
Okay. So since I was like really little, I've always like not sat still. Basically, I'd always like cartwheel around the house, climb on things. So I
Whoa.
started like judo when I was 4, and then I did that until I was 7 because one day we had, obviously I was doing a lot of sports at school because I've
Okay.
always loved sports, and after school clubs as well, and all the competitions that come with that. And
Right.
one of the teachers that taught an older year group thought that I should come along to their club, their after school club, and I was like, okay. And then ever since I just loved gymnastics, and then I decided to take it further, so I quit judo, and then yeah, I've never looked back since, and I love gymnastics.
Yeah. So, it's something you love, but it's also something that requires strength, stamina, determination, and so on and so forth. So, how has that been? Where is the inspiration coming from?
Well, I just like ever every time I like feel demotivated, I just think like if I try versus what if I don't try. Like if I don't try, I have like a less chance of like achieving what I want to achieve. But if I do try, I have a better chance. So yeah, that's kind of what keeps me motivated.
Okay. So, but with you, it's not do or die, but you just keep pushing yourself every time at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we give you some time to show us Macy in action?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so while Macy's getting, hi Sarah, it's nice to see your
Hi.
beautiful face as well.
Just
so,
try and pretend it's
so while she's getting ready, okay, she's ready actually. While she's getting ready, if you're just joining us, please help us to share this program. Most kids are really, really affected negatively by the lockdown. But we still find a number of kids who are superheroes. I call them superheroes because myself as an adult, I am struggling. But we still have these superheroes, these kids who are dynamic and they still manage to carry on despite the effect of lockdown. So one of such is Macy, and I really want to celebrate her. Macy KayMarie, that's the full name. I fell in love with that name, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to ask you about that name in a minute. So Macy is ready. She's ready. Come on, then, take it away. I should be doing that as well. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Until you try that press up, you wouldn't know that it's not easy. It's not easy. I tried. Okay. Wow. I forgot. Mm. Okay. So this is Macy in action. Her YouTube channel. Please subscribe to it. You can actually get some routine from this as well. Check out her YouTube channel. Please subscribe to support and encourage her. And take out some workout yourself. Take out some. There's the one she did with the bicep. I saw the bicep one yesterday and I said, yeah, this one I can try. This one looks easy. Just get a couple of tomato tins because I'm always big. Can you see my arms? I have issues around that. So when I saw that exercise yesterday, I said, wow, I can do this. I couldn't do the press up. That was hard. No, I can't do all of that. So I hope some young people will have the opportunity to watch this at a point in time. Be encouraged. Be encouraged. I know it's hard. We cope differently with this lockdown, and coronavirus and all the effects. I know we cope differently, but you just try to motivate yourself. Just try to do something positive, something you love. So don't give up. Don't accept that effect. Don't give up. Try and wake up happy. It's hard. It's easy to say. Try and wake up happy and try and make good use of the day. Starting with exercise is great. It prepares your mind and your body for the day. It's very great. So go on Macy's YouTube channel. That is Macy KayMarie. K is KayMarie. KayMarie, and subscribe to that YouTube channel, like her videos. And you see, it's free, isn't it? It's free. So you can also take out all those exercise regime and make use of them. Do something positive. Yeah, I saw this one as well. This is amazing. I didn't think about this at all. Beautiful. So you're watching Girls Empowerment Talk. It's a program created by Girls Empowerment Initiative UK to support people in the communities during this COVID-19 season with rapid response. So that means when you call, if you're having a challenge and you call, the number is on your screen, 079 515 22790. Thank you, Macy. Thank you so much. So proud of you, darling. So proud of you. So proud of you. Yesterday I watched your video on YouTube. All those the exercise. What do you call them now? The exercise? Is it exercise?
Yeah.
Fitness exercise. I saw the very one with what do you call that thing? That thing that stretches.
Oh, the elastic.
Elastic is just elastic. I saw that one and I thought, yeah, that's good. And I saw the bicep one as well. So I think that is great. So I'm going to be using that. I just want you to also encourage people to like your YouTube channel. Tell them the name of your YouTube channel and ask them to subscribe to it.
It's called Mace KayMarie, and my Instagram is called Macy Flips with 2 Z's.
Okay. So please remember to subscribe to her YouTube channel and follow her on Instagram as well. Look out for her. Support this young girl. She is amazing. She's very positive. I'm going to ask your mom a question if she can just pop her head out a bit. Is your mom there? Can she hear me? Hello, Missy. Oh, okay. We've lost her. That is frozen for now. Okay. You're frozen for now. You can go out and come in again. Thank you. So go out and come in again. If you're still watching me, go out and come in again. So quickly to remind you, today is a fantastic day and very important day in the world. It's the International Day of African Child. This is the day set aside to, I will not say to really celebrate, but to commemorate the great sacrifice made by some young people some years ago. This was also captured, and the world managed to see the challenges that people were facing in South Africa in those days. It was a peaceful demonstration. It started as a peaceful demonstration, and then it escalated into what we have now as history of many young people shot, and many died on the 16th of June, 1976. I was still very young myself, but I can remember that picture, that very picture that caught the eyes of the whole world. I'm trying to see if I can show and play it. There's no way we will talk about this history and this day without the sacrifices made by those young people in Soweto, South Africa, in 1976. That is why we have a day like this and we're celebrating the African child. So we should mind that child. Either you have a charity initiative or you don't. You know, we have what they call community spirit. Look out for the young people around you. Okay, she is back again. Thank you for coming back. Thank you, Macy. It's good to have you back. Okay, now is the network. You're welcome back, Macy.
Hello.
Thank you so much. I quickly had to show that clips for the people at home, especially the young people who don't really know why we have the International Day of African Child, which is what we are celebrating today. And that's so right. That's why one of the reasons you are also on the show today as a child yourself, you know, not necessarily as an African child, but you also represent a child, and to celebrate the impact you're making at this very difficult time. You may think you're not doing anything, but to be honest with you, you are doing great. You're doing great. Okay. So I celebrate you. And thank you for showing us that fitness exercise. It's a lot. It's not a little thing. I can't do it. So I'm gonna go on now. We've been talking about some questions, and we're gonna go on now to the next phase of this question. Okay. So to become a gymnast now, this is you now trying to advise the young people like yourself to become a gymnast. What do you have to do?
Well, first you've got to like look at the clubs in your area, but like obviously if your parents are willing to go further, then you can go further, but sometimes you're restricted to a certain amount of clubs. And once you like find a club that you like the look of, and you like know people that are there or something, then you get a trial. And that trial kind of like lets them see like your ability and your skill level. And like the better the skill, like the higher group and the higher like skills you're going to be able to learn doing at that club. So yeah, you just kind of do your best at the trial and see where you get, really.
Okay. So before the lockdown, what was your routine like? How often do you have to go, to your fitness classes or to lessons and so on?
Well, It's very different to what it was now. Obviously, I'd have to go to East London to get to my gym.
Wow.
And then I'd also have to like come back to my town to be able to go to my school and stuff. And then I'd have to go further for like some competitions like during school. So yeah.
How often were you going to the lessons?
3 times a week.
3 times a week?
4.
4 times? Wow. So how?
No, 4 hours.
Hello?
4 hours
So
a
okay.
session.
But then how did you manage to juggle that with your school, homework and everything?
Well, I'd kind of just like give myself like a timetable sort of thing. So I'd tell myself, okay, you have to do this in that time and you have to do that at that time.
Okay, so yeah, it's a kind of routine.
Yeah.
And that routine has changed now. So what's the new routine? Because we all have a new now. So what's your new routine now?
Well, every other day I do online gym, but when I don't do that, I do a morning workout anyway with like gymnastics conditioning.
Okay.
And after that, well, before that I have breakfast, and after that I do a bit of schoolwork, and then that leads me to lunch, and then I do a bit more schoolwork, and then I do a workout. Like I'd have a recorded video, doing work, and then I just have the rest of the day really.
Okay, the network is going a bit funny, so you kind of freeze up a bit, but it's okay. We can still, catch up with what you're saying. As you do these routines, are they your own inspired routine, or it's something you see from, other sources?
Well, I'll see. It kind of depends, because if I see something that I like, I'll try and make it my own, because I don't really like copying other people. I like to be different. So
Okay.
I'll try and make it as me as possible.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I mean, we have to learn from here and there and speak. But then, while you're trying out those new routines, like something you have not done before, but you really want to go for it and try, while you're trying these new routines, have you ever sustained injury as a result of that?
Yes. Well, actually, last year I had 2. I fractured my foot in May, which was
Oh,
actually really unfortunate, because a few weeks
oh, I'm
later
sorry to hear that.
I had a international competition in Malta, and but luckily I could go to Malta still. And then in October I then broke my hand in 2 places,
Oh,
and that was just after a competition, I think, or just before a competition again, which was in Wiltshire. So yeah.
wow. Wow. I mean, all of these rigorous exercises and rigorous sports have their own, how do you say, the downside as well. So I guess that's one of them,
Yeah.
because it is possible to sustain what they call life injuries. I know with footballers they get something like life injuries, whereby they're not able to, to come back, and that's it. Is that the same thing with gymnasts as well?
Well, it kind of like depends really on like how you deal with the injury, I guess.
Okay. Okay. But as a child, you heal quickly anyway. Kids will heal quicker than than adults. Hmm. What has been, because I heard that you have been going to some international competitions from what you said. But what has been your greatest moment that you will your wow moment, like, this is unbelievable. Am I really here? Have you had moments like that?
Probably going to my first international competition, and probably getting sports. Well, I was a finalist in Sports Personality of the Year.
Okay. Um, can your mom hear us? She's there. She can hear us.
Yeah, she
Sarah.
is now. Yeah.
This is a question that I really love to ask you rather than ask Macy.
Yeah.
A lot of parents, a lot of kids really want to do this gymnastics and, judo and all of the things. And some parents is
Yeah.
like, you know what? Let's leave that for now. This is really expensive and so on and so forth. What kind of
Yeah.
advice do you have, seeing the joy that this is bringing to Macy?
Yeah. I mean, I personally have come from experience myself. When I was a child, I done judo for Great Britain. And if it was for my parents putting in all the effort and seeing how hard it was for them as well, you know, not, you know, necessarily going on holiday for a particular year, or not
Mm.
being able to go out for dinner and all the takeaways and things like that.
Mm.
I kind of, having lived that as a child and seeing that, I kind of want to be able to provide that for Macy. So I think from a parent's perspective, I think you do naturally put things on hold. So you wouldn't go out for dinner, or you wouldn't get that takeaway if it meant that I was able, like me and my husband are able to support Macy as far as she could go in her gymnastics. So I know times are hard and it is
Yeah.
difficult, but I think by any way possible, you'd be able to as much can. I mean, you can get equipment to work from at home, but in gymnastics, the higher up you go, if you like, the more time you spend in the gymnastics centre, so the less equipment you really need at home. So
Yeah.
I think it is more of the travelling and the time that has to go into it, because gymnasts do train a lot.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, my advice would just be, 100% support them as much as you can, and because you've only got one shot at this, haven't you, really? And I think that's
Absolutely.
my perspective of it. So I would just, we just keep supporting Maisie as much as we can.
So it's actually a sacrifice.
Yeah, and I hopefully the
At the,
sacrifice will pay off in a few in a
yeah, it
few
is
years' time.
that's good.
When Macy starts achieving and follows her dreams and can, support her and allow her to go on that journey as far as it takes her. So yeah, I think as a parent, it's rewarding to get that back and the achievement back, and you're seeing how happy your child is for doing that sport.
Absolutely. You know, while I'm saying that is a sacrifice in a very positive way,
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, we take them to eat McDonald's. You know, oh, now I'm giving free advert to McDonald's
absolutely.
again.
But I think with that as well, obviously, like their diet, as they become athletes, if you like, their diet and everything changes as well. So that, yes, it
Completely.
is nice to have that takeaway. However, you could go and buy, a much better meal in the supermarket for half the price.
Which is fantastic,
Yeah, which is
because
good.
it's going to help you as well to eat healthily.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
I'm
yeah,
really glad, I'm really glad that Messi is getting this support from you and
yeah,
from her dad. I'm really glad.
yeah,
And if we can do
yeah.
more of this for them, because let me just imagine if she wasn't into this, what would she be doing during this period? A lot of young people are bored.
Yeah, and I think that is it exactly. I mean, I'm proud of how Macy has channeled her, her focus on doing her exercise and her keep fit, because they're not doing the PE at school at the moment, and she's not been able to do as much gymnastics training because of the current situation. So
Mm.
by her going outside and doing her fitness exercises, she's still being active, she's still being healthy. And if it wasn't for that, she probably would be sitting on the sofa just watching telly, or you know what kids do. It's an easy
And
habit to
play
fall into,
games.
isn't it? Yeah,
Oh, this is really fantastic. And just like a quick word of advice for moms out there or dads out there whose kids are really interested. You've said a bit about your own experience and what you had to let go, and
yeah,
more like opportunity cost to see
yeah.
what can be done. Can you just give like a word of advice to some moms out there and some dads out there if their kids are interested in this?
Yeah, just in any sport in general, really. I think it's amazing to be able to see your child fall in love with the sport. I mean, for myself,
Yeah,
it was judo, and Macy for her gymnastics, and to be able to kind of, I think it's really important to have another social group as well. I mean, it's not just the sport, but I mean, it's another friendship group, it's another support network.
it is.
It's and it's quite nice, if especially for young girls, as they're growing up, if they need a break from what girls can be like at school. It's nice to like have a break from that and then go and have another group of friends that share the same interests. I think the words of advice would be just to keep pushing and keep going as far as you can, because you're not going to know unless you push yourself, really.
Not at all. And for the government as well. I remembered some years back, kids have opportunity to do all of these activities at school.
Yeah,
Yes, we had to pay, but it was highly subsidized. But
yeah.
some of these things have been withdrawn from school now. For the government as well. What words do you have, in this regard?
I just think it's really important. I mean, quite passionate about exercise and keeping fit. I think it's good for minds as well as your body, as a
Yeah.
healthy mind as well. And I think it would just be fantastic to be able to offer more opportunities at school to keep the kids active and to keep them healthy, you know, and it's fun. It's fun. You
It
should be
is.
able to, you know, have the opportunity as a child growing up to try different sports, because unless you try them, you don't know what you're going to like. You don't
Nope.
know where it's going to take you.
Absolutely. So it's good to expose them, to different things. I applaud the government for, the swimming, because I know they at a point they all have to go swimming. I really applaud the government for that. And I just hope they'll keep on with that. But in this newness, let's say this is our new normal now. In the new
Yeah.
normal that we have, we know it will be a while before children can go swimming.
Yeah, it's such a shame, isn't it?
It is a shame. It is a
It's
shame.
it is hard getting used to the new normal, and it's, I think, from Macy's perspective as well, when she can go back into the gym, you know, having that one-to-one with her coach, it's just going to be a very long time, I think,
It
until
will be.
things
It
get
will
back
be.
to normal. Yeah, so we just encourage kids, you know, like Macy's got her videos on her YouTube channel, go and have a look at them and follow some of the exercises that she's doing to get active, even if it's just for 10-15 minutes, you know, you're getting
Yeah,
off
it's
and you're
important.
moving about. Yeah.
It's important. And it's amazing because I was watching the videos, yesterday. I said to Macy, I was watching some of her fitness videos, and I'm thinking, wow, this is really useful. Because for me as a child, I mean, as a person, I've been complaining about my big arms, and I'm thinking, oh, I have to do something about these big arms, but I've not done anything about it until
Yeah.
I saw her videos yesterday. And
Yeah.
in the comments, she mentioned something like you can even use tomato tin if you don't have
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
dumbbell.
I think we've tried really hard. I think we've tried to. I think Macy's inspiration would be like, well, hang on, like not everybody's got this at home.
Yeah,
So what can people use? You know, and I think she's really thought about it. So she has thought, well, people have got a tin of baked beans, or they have got a water bottle or something that they can use instead. So yeah,
yeah.
she's been quite thoughtful in that.
That's fantastic. Sarah, as we celebrate Messi today, we're also celebrating you and all the support that you're giving her, because this is fantastic. It's part of giving the children a good head start in life.
Yeah.
It's not just going to school. It's not, a lot of people, a lot of parents think it's just school, extra lessons, and so on and so forth. It's kind of balancing things up. And I
It
celebrate
really.
you as a mom, and also her dad. We can't see him, but
Yeah.
at least, we celebrate both of you for the good work and the sacrifices you're putting in place.
Yeah.
Thank you
No,
so
thank
much.
you.
And I have
Thank
Missy
you.
back again.
Yeah,
Missy,
maybe.
yeah, the I know the internet is funny at this time, but we thank God so far so
Yeah.
good. I'm going to ask you quickly. Your mom has told me, about the great work, and is like a teamwork at the end of the day, because you want to do it, and she's happy to support you. What does your
Yeah.
mom's support mean to you in all the achievements?
Well, it's really nice to have like parents like my mum and my dad. They both like they're willing to like drive me to all these far places, and they're willing to like come to all my competitions. And it's really nice knowing that there's like someone in the crowd that's like really wants you to do well. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So I know we can't see your dad's face, but please tell your dad that we celebrate him as well. We don't want him to think, oh, is it about mom? It's just mom. Tell him we celebrate him as well, and and we appreciate him as well. At this point in time, we don't know what it's going to be when all of this lockdown is over completely, but we sure know that it's going to be slow and steady. We're not going to have the older normal that we have. The old normal is going to be a new normal for children your age now, and just around your age. What kind of words of advice do you have for them?
Well, I know it can be really demotivating sometimes, but you've really just got to like think of the outcome if you do get up and go do a bit of exercise outside. Even if it's just like going for a walk around your block, you'll really like enjoy that and want to do more of it, which will then want you to like get more into exercise and get into that routine of exercising daily.
Yeah. So, as a person, generally speaking, now, do you have a role model? Because I know kids nowadays, they have one role model or the other that inspires them. Do you have one like that?
Well, I have two,
Okay.
and they're both gymnasts. One is her name's Danusha Francis. She's the first Jamaican gymnast to represent Jamaica in the Olympics, and I want to like follow in her path.
Right.
And the next is Gabby Douglas. Not so much because she's achieved, but because of how she achieved it and like her story behind it.
Okay. Fantastic. I wish I could say, can you do one more practical for us? Just for the sake of the people just joining us, please.
Mhm.
Can you just show
Okay.
us some moves again? I really like that. Thank you. Oh, wow. I can see her picture in the background with the medal. Thank you, Messi. I really appreciate you for doing this. Thank you so much, everyone, joining us at this time. Mushari Princess Betty Marconi, she says, this is awesome. Okay, I'll wait for Messi to come before I read this. Beautiful remarks. She'll be encouraged. Okay, that's the elastic we were talking about. We all need to get one of that. It's versatile. We all need to get one of that. Yeah, we definitely need something like that. I mean, after watching her videos, her YouTube videos yesterday, I was like, wow, if a child is making good use of her time like this, what is wrong with me? I better start moving as well. So please check out her YouTube channel, Mace KayMarie, and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Please encourage your young ones as well, your children, your friends' children, your nieces, your nephews. Encourage them also to watch the fitness video. They can just use that even as their PE in place of the PE while we're waiting for everything to ease up. Encourage them to do at least once a day. So it's not just about playing games and playing games like I'm struggling with my little one, playing games and playing games. And then when you try to tear them away from the game, it's a problem. Computer game. So while they are home, encourage them to move. Watch the fitness videos together. Mace KayMarie. Watch those fitness videos together, exercise together. Just keep them active. It's going to be hard to change their routine, but try. We have to try. So I'm encouraging my own. He's put on some weight now. I'm encouraging him, to try and watch the fitness exercise. He's gonna be like, oh, it's a girl thing. I said, no, it's not a girl thing. Fitness is everybody's thing. Okay. Yeah, that's the dumbbell one. I saw that. That's the one I need. I need that one. I did a bit last night. I did a bit of that last night. We need to do more of that. I'm really, really proud of Macy. And there's so many children, as well. There's a group that I'll get the permission of Mushari Princess Betty Marconi to also bring on the show at a point. They are also very inspirational group. The young people, oh, they are inspirational. Amazing. Thank you again. You deserve a beautiful round of applause. Thank you so much again. Now, what have you learned so far? Because although things are not good the way they are, this is not normal. Things have changed. But what will you say you have learned so far from this lockdown?
Well, I guess I've learnt more life skills. I guess I've watched my dad how he cooks certain things because I've always wanted to cook his traditional Jamaican foods, and I've kind of learnt how to cook those and then how to improve on it on how I like it, if that makes sense. So if I see him do one thing, I'll be like, I wonder how it would taste if I do this, and I guess I've gotten more independent and found myself a bit more. So yeah.
Okay. So do you think you will like to add cooking to what you do now from that
Yeah.
little experience? Is your dad a good cook?
Yeah.
Wow, fantastic. Okay, maybe I get an invite one of these days. Who knows? Macy is it's so amazing to have you on the show. Before we go, I just want to read out some of the remarks that people are putting up for you. Mushare, Princess Betty Makoni, she says, "This is awesome." Leah, she's watching us all the way from Dubai. She says, "Macy, this is amazing." She said, "It's amazing." She said,
Thank you.
"All other girls would be encouraged to this great work." Okay. Mushari Betty Makoni, she said again, very inspiring. Leah said, "I am proud of Macy. Keep it up." Oh, thank you so much. Our grown-ups, they are giving you some really positive remarks, words of encouragement. Mushari Princess Betty Makoni, she says, "I wish I was Macy." Me too. That was exactly how I felt last night. She said, "I'm struggling with my weight. To be honest, Macy just teach us. Seriously, Macy, I also have a confession, to be honest with you. Since the lockdown, I have not done a single exercise. I have not exercised my body in any way, but I found that I just kept eating and eating and eating, and I started eating junk as well. You know, when you sit down and you're not doing nothing, you get a bag of crisps, some biscuit, some tea, and that's what we've been doing. And most adults, that's what we've been doing. But as a young girl, you know what? I give it to you. As a young girl, I don't know. I give it to you. I celebrate you. And a big thank you to your mom and your dad as well. Seriously, keep this up because you will inspire so many people, to be honest. Because what you think is kids will give up at this time. They will give up. They will play game. They will sit down. They will sleep. Won't have a shower in the morning. You have to chase them to go and have a shower in the morning. But I listened to you. You said you wake up early. I mean, maybe not every day because this body is not wood, as we say, isn't? But you've put some routine in place, and that's amazing. When I finish with this comments, I'm going to ask you to share your routine with us again so that the young people listening to us, maybe they can also learn that, or their mom or dad, they can also learn that because I struggle to put some routine in place for my boy. Do you understand? So just share with us. You don't have to tell us maybe you have some secret ones that you don't want to share, but just tell us generally, your own routine, what you do. So Mushari Princess Betty Makoni, she says, "How can I be like Macy? How can Macy encourage us to do as she is doing?" You see now? Okay, so that's a question. Should we do that question quickly? So this
Okay.
is Mushare Princess Betty Makoni. She is the director of Girls Empowerment Initiative UK. She's the one that's giving us this platform to celebrate people who are making impacts and to talk about the support available. So she says, "How can I be like Macy? How can Macy encourage us to do as she's doing?"
So it's just like you just want. So you just think of the outcomes on like what would happen versus what if you didn't like. So if you tried versus if you didn't try, and look at both their outcomes, and that kind of gives you more motivation than what you did before. And then just think, you know what, I have nothing else going on. I might as well just do it. So just do it basically.
Amazing. Amazing. Yes. So this will now lead us to the question I was going to ask. Maybe this will help somebody. So what's your routine like on a daily basis?
Well, I wake up and then I make myself breakfast because before quarantine, I'd ask like one of my parents to make me breakfast, but now I make myself.
Wow. Another one. Yeah. Good.
And then I do my Zoom session with my school with my group,
Okay.
and yeah, that's really good. And then I do homework, which I don't really like, but I still do it.
I know
And then I
most
have
kids don't.
I make my own lunch as well. And I'm trying to be more adventurous with that now. And then I do more homework, and then I work out. As I said earlier, I either record a video
Okay.
or I just do my regular workout anyway. And then I make dinner, sometimes me, sometimes my parents. And then that's my free time after that.
Right. Wow. You see, this is fantastic. You kind of have a kind of balance routine. I know this may not be 100% like this every day, but I mean, but this is your typical routine, which is fantastic. For me as an adult, my routine is so not balanced because, yes, let me say I wake up sometimes, I wake up as early as 6, and because I work mostly on the computer. So at 6 a.m. That's 6 a.m. and I start my day well after my prayer, have my shower. I make sure I have my shower first, because if I don't, if I sit down with the computer, that means I'm going to have my shower in the night, or I become too tired and I'm not able to do that. So I will have my shower, and I'll normally not eat breakfast, which is not very good as well. But since lockdown, I've been trying to have breakfast, at least put something in my stomach. So I'll do that, and after that, I check my emails to see what I missed, the day before, the previous day. Check my emails, try to respond to any urgent things. Family, friends, close friends, try to respond as much as possible. And then after I've done that, before I settle down, then I wake up my little man. He doesn't want to wake up. He never wants to get up. We tried the exercise thing. It didn't work. He's not doing the exercise. So wake him up and ask him to go and get himself ready. Then I start my work online, and that's how my day is. And I hardly get up to eat lunch. When I get up, it's maybe to prepare something and quickly eat on the go. Exercise is not in it for me at all, which is not good. You won't believe it, until last night when I saw your fitness videos, it didn't occur to me that this is important. And since last night, and this is a confession, since last night I've been trying to exercise, because I actually tried the biceps one. So this is what you have done to me, to be honest. And I'm not just trying to, how do you say, patronize you in any way. It's the truth. So this is one thing that I'm adding to my routine now, the exercise. Do you understand? You won't believe how many grown-ups you are going to inspire with what you do. So I'm going to encourage you, keep going. Those fitness videos are very important. Very soon you start getting more hits, you start getting more subscribers, because these are things that we need to stay healthy, and I'll say to stay happy as well. Because if the mental state is good, stable, then you can feel happy.
Yeah.
You can express joy, and you can appreciate things around you. So this is my routine, and it's so bad that sometimes I stay behind the computer for hours, and sometimes I go to bed 4 a.m., which is really bad. I go to bed 4 a.m., my alarm goes at 6, I'm jumping up again. So that has been so bad. I have no routine. But now when I saw your video, I said to myself, if I stay behind my computer 2 hours at most, I'm going to get up, I'm going to go check Mrs. YouTube channel and see what I can do, even while I'm taking that break. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me see if there's any more questions so that I can release it. We have just 4 minutes, and then we'll go in. But if there's no more question, yeah, I think I've treated all the questions that I have. A question was coming to my head as I was speaking, but now I've forgotten it. It's gone now. Okay, so I finally, I want you to you have done that before. Finally, I want you to send some words of advice to young people like yourself, especially for this period, that we are going through.
So I know it can be hard to you in your mind it's like games and being on your phone seems way better than exercising, but
Mm,
even just get yourself, just pick yourself up and just try it, because even if you don't like it, there's so many different types of exercise. There's sports, there's just walking your dog if you have one, and it also clears your mind, and once your mind's cleared, you're going to enjoy exercising more and more, which
okay.
will then want you to I don't know, get into the habit of exercising more often, and then you'll find yourself not wanting to go on your phone that much and exercise instead.
Yeah. So also, because I heard your mother, she mentioned something about healthy eating. I know this is something that a lot of kids struggle with. A lot of kids. As soon as the KFC opened, my son wanted to buy KFC, and I said, "You know what? We've been delivered. We've been delivered from that. We don't want to go back into that. Let's cook." So I'm encouraging him to cook and eat, but we still struggle a bit. So for the young people out there, especially children like yourself, um, what advice do you have for them in the area of their food, the kind of food they eat?
Well, it's kind of similar to the exercising, really, because I know it's like the food you'll think that's unhealthier just automatically tastes better. But again, there's like so much healthier options. Even if it's just like if you eat every meal unhealthy, try and like just take out one thing and a thing at a time that's unhealthy from that meal, and replace it with something else, and you'll start to like more and more different stuff. Because again, there's like loads of different healthy foods. There's even smoothies, and fruit
Yep.
tastes nice, and smoothies are really healthy as well.
They are. They are. What you have just said now is similar to what Change for Life introduced. You remember Change for Life?
Yeah.
Do you remember that one? Change for Life. It's the kind of thing they were teaching children. Take it out one bit and one at a time. You can substitute sugar for
Yeah.
fruit or something like that, milk for something like, which is fantastic. So for you young and children, especially children, if you have the opportunity to watch this program, you've heard it from Macy as well. Healthy eating is important. You can make changes gradually. We're not saying change everything at a point, but make conscious effort to eat healthily. When mommy says eat vegetable, it's good for you. It's not just fun. Look at Macy. See how healthy she looks and fit. I couldn't believe myself when you were doing the push up. Is push up you call it or press up?
Either really.
That one, either. I couldn't believe myself. Now, finally, I remember the question. This is one question a lot of people are thinking about. But how old is she? That is one question we didn't ask at the beginning of the program. But how old is Macy?
Well, I have not long turned 12. I turned 12 in May.
Wow. So you're 12.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. I can see daddy, in the background. Say hello to your daddy. Thank you to daddy. We appreciate him as well. We appreciate the support that they are giving you. At this point, I'm just going to release you so that you can go on with whatever you were doing. But we appreciate you, Macy.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate the positive impacts that you are making already at this age. Please keep it up. You know how it is. It's not bread and butter. It's not easy. But you know what? Tough people last. Tough people last. Tough moments don't last, but tough people do. And I can see that you have the passion, you have the resilience, and I know you're going places. Thank God for the internet. So now you know that there's so much you can do on the internet to inspire people. So do more of those videos,
Yeah.
please. And at a point, I think you'll be able to sign somebody like me on just
I
to encourage
actually
me.
get me soon.
I will be willing to pay for that service just to encourage me and say, well, get up, do something. We need that. We all need that motivation. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show.
I actually have a video coming out today that I recorded a few days ago. So yeah.
Okay. This is one thing I'm going to do. And I'm going to make that a promise. I'm going to confirm from Mushari Princess Betty Marconi. She's the director. She's, our big boss. If she approves this, I want to be showing, if you give me the permission, even if it's just a minute or few seconds of your video, I'm going to be showing it on this program just to encourage people and to remind them to subscribe to your YouTube channel. We can do that to support you as well. Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 So we won't show too much, just a little bit, just to remind people to come. And then if they want to see more, they can go to your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. It's really nice having you on the show. I really enjoyed myself talking to you today.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Sarah, can I see your
Yeah.
mom as well? Sarah, thank you so much. The
Thank
the the,
you.
the good work and the sacrifice you and Macy's dad are putting into her life, a good investment, I would say. This is one of the
Yeah.
best things we can do for them. It's part of giving them the head start that they need in
Yeah.
life. So I celebrate you as well, mom and dad.
Thank you.
And thank you for allowing Macy to
Yeah.
come onto our show.
No, thank you for having her. Yeah, it's been good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you. Okay, people, it's been wonderful on the show. It's been a wonderful day. Whoa. Now I have a new routine that I'm going to add to my own life, and I am sure a lot of grown-ups, I mean, like Mushari Princess Makoni, like she said, for me, I've just been eating, and I noticed I'm adding on the weight. And I noticed that I get very tired. The day before yesterday, I went in the shops. I was panting. I couldn't believe it. I was actually panting. I just walked about 5 minutes and I was panting already. And I said to myself, no, this is not good. This is not healthy. So remember, everybody, as we do all other things that we do, remember exercise is important. It doesn't have to be hard. Just taking a brisk walk, we should remember that now that we can go out a bit, go out and take a brisk walk. And if you are there and you need support, you need help in any form, you're facing abuse, or you need support in one way or the other, I don't want you to think, no, they can't help me with that, or they can't do that. Let's leave it open and say, you know what, contact Girls Empowerment Initiative UK, because we agree that even if they cannot offer you that kind of support, it's not part of the structure of the organization, you can be signposted to people that will help you. So let's continue to support one another as we go on in this journey, and as we're going into our new normal. Let's remember that things will not be the same, and all of us will not be the same. Our mental state will not be the same. Our financial state will not be the same. Nothing will be the same. So let's be ready to support one another. We are here. If you need to talk to somebody, please call the number 079 515 22790. I mean, call the number or send a WhatsApp message, and somebody will pick it. That number is live 24/7. Whatever you decide to do, please take good care of yourself. Let me acknowledge, Leah. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you for coming on the show tonight. And I am sure you're taking good care of yourself. We appreciate your support all the way from Dubai. Mushare Princess Betty Makoni, that is our director. We appreciate you as well. Thank you so much for this vision, and thank you for obeying the call. And I know you have impacted so many lives positively, and you are still impacting lives. Thank you for the wonderful people who are also supporting this charity initiative. I got to go now, but remember, today has been a wonderful day. It's been the International Day of African Child, DAC. And you know why? I've been telling you the story. You know why today is important, especially in the lives of African children. It was a record laid some years back, 1976 to be precise, in Soweto, South Africa. That is the incident that changed apartheid, that removed apartheid. Well, I will use that word remove with caution, but that's the incident that changed apartheid in South Africa. And today we are celebrating every African child across the world, and we are celebrating indeed every child across the world. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for enjoying the program. I hope you did. Remember to share this program, and remember, every Tuesday 8 p.m. we are here. Support us, share the program, comment. If you have questions, we can see the question live on the show, and the guests will answer your question. So we'll try and bring you a new guest every week where possible. Whatever you choose to do, take care of yourself. This is VOO. Before I go, Okay, so I've just been trying to show you the reason why we are celebrating, this important day, the International Day of African Child, with that little, very short clip, because I didn't want to show too many of the history, because we are moving forward from here. But we just have to remind to remind ourselves how we got here and why a day like this is important. That's why I put that video together. So please mind that child. Whatever you do, mind that child. Thank you for watching. I'll be off now. Catch you next week and take care of yourself.